was supposed to get up and get my lip balm. Give me a second, y'all. This is the Neutrogena lip balm. I'm not trying to sell it, but my skin is very sensitive, and the only thing I can really use is Blistex. So I like Neutrogena because it worked for my face, and I was like, maybe it'll work for my lips too, and it's absolutely great. I got sticky lips, but they're gonna be hydrated. Okay, so I think we have part 7. Okay, so Papa's coming in handy. Yes, my babies are literally the reason why I'm still here. It didn't register back then. It didn't. A lot of things have been clicking in the past 5 years. Really in the past 3, but like in the past 5 years, it's really, hey, light bulb. You know what? It's really been clicking. Didn't click back then. So, Grandma passed away. Now it's time for, the funeral and whatnot. And of course, everybody comes to the house with the food and the love and the yada, yada, yada. Now, the dining room was the family room. Table, chairs, and then there were 2 recliners. One on each side of the break front. What is a break front? It's that great big piece of wood where you put the china that you never freaking use, but you gotta clean it every freaking Christmas, but you never freaking use it. That's a break front. So, whew, all right. Here we go. So, there's a recliner on each side. The recliner closest to the kitchen is my grandmother's. The recliner closest to the wall is my grandfather's. I think I said that right. I'm 99% sure I said that right. And then you had the TV. Okay. So you walk into the living room from the front door, and there's a wall right there, which is where the organ used to be. So it wasn't a open floor plan. And from the living room, you walk into the kitchen. Off of the kitchen is the dining room. Okay, so when you walk into the dining room, you see the dining room table, and then you see the window. So you have the table and the 1, 2, 3, 4 chairs. Okay, let's say it's 4 chairs. And there's a window. As soon as you walk into the dining room, you see the window, and you see a window to the right. Now to the left is Grandma's chair, then the break front, and then Granddad's chair. I wasn't there for this part of the shenaniganery. I'm working on my cousin. Okay. Not that for this part of the shenaniganery, okay? So I'm on fire because of how Charlene left my grandmother. And nobody seems to know why I'm pissed off. So, I'm in the kitchen with Janine. And Janine proceeds to tell me the shenanigans that I just missed. Okay. So, at the time, my incubator, my dad, were legally married, but she was a hoe, so she still is a hoe, so whatever. And I think at the time she was testing the waters to, play for the other team. and she had joined this church where the pastor of the church was a gay woman. I don't know. This is what I'm told. Again, I wasn't there for the shenaniganery. Hasam and never. My dad is sitting at the dining room table. Okay, again, when you walk in, you stand in the doorway. You got the dining room table. So this chair right here, you see, that's where the TV is. So my dad is sitting at this chair close to the TV. This is the dining room table. This is my dad. This grandma's recliner. So they're in the same room. So you can kind of picture it, okay? So apparently, the Reverend lady sat in my grandmother's chair while my dad was sitting at the table. Keep in mind, my dad sitting at the table. She's still married to my dad sitting at the table. And Charlene proceeds. So the lady is sitting like this in the chair. Charlene proceeds to sit like this and put her arm around and put her feet up. See my feet? See the feet? See the feet up here? So she's sitting cross like this with her arm around the preacher lady on her lap while my dad's sitting at the table. When I tell you God works in mysterious ways, because I was not there for that. That wouldn't have gone down like that if I was there. So I said, she what? She was like, yeah. And I said to her, Charlene, that was sitting right there. She said, I know, but this is my pastor. Bitch. You lost all your motherfucking mind. And when I tell you my daddy was an angel. Can't nobody tell me otherwise. That was the most passive man in the world to not have a mean bone in his body. I had to tell my daddy how to be grimy. He didn't want to do it. I said what I said. I had to teach him. And you treated my daddy like shit. Shit. The same man that you told me you prayed to God for. You said to me, I prayed for a man to say this phrase to me. I said, well, what did you ask for? I can't tell you what I asked for. I was like, okay. And I understood it because you have to speak what you want into the atmosphere, but you also have to be careful what you speak because the devil can hear what you say, but he can't read your mind. So be specific in your prayers and what you ask for. So I know when my person comes to me, I pray, Lord, let him say this. And I be specific to know that this is who you want me to drop my walls for. This is who you sent me. So I get it. She wouldn't tell me what she prayed for, but she told me that my daddy said it. And that's how she knew to marry him. Let me get this straight, bitch. You asked God for a specific prayer. And because it didn't come wrapped the way that you wanted it to look, you literally spit in God's face.